Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Thursday. Now, normally I have some kind of lesson that I'm trying to share with you guys, or, something I'm trying to teach you, or some piece of wisdom, something like that. Today is really just me talking to you. And I'm going to share with you an experience that I happen to be going through right now. And it's not one that I take very lightly. And as you can tell from the title, it's the downside to pet ownership. Okay. It's the side to pet ownership that makes a lot of people choose not to get a pet or never to get another one. But it's also one that I feel has a lot of responsibility that weighs down on you. And that's the choice when you get a dog that's pretty old, or a cat that's old, or your pet just gets into that old age, and it's to the point where it's like, what do you do? For their quality of health, what do you do? And that's where I am with my little dog Freddie. So this is Freddie. You may have seen some pictures of him. I don't take too many pictures of him now because of the fact that he doesn't really go too many places with us. That's why you see my other dog more than you see him. But this is the one that sits back and fights me on everything, okay? From taking him for a walk to giving him a bath to clipping his nails, like you name it. The only thing he don't fight me on is eating. That's it. When it's time for him to eat, he don't fight me on that. And so I've had him for 15 of those 16 years. Okay. And he's technically my son's dog. Okay. So he's not even really my dog. I mean, he's my dog because I'm the one to take care of him. But I got him for my son. And so, like I said, he's 16 years old. He has a hard time seeing. I think all he could probably see are like blurs. Because he can kind of follow you, but you have to be close to him in order for him to do so. He can't hardly hear too much, and lately the problem that's been happening is he's been walking around and just you can tell he's uncomfortable, and you can tell sometimes he's in pain. And I don't know if you can hear him right now, but in the background, but he has this cough. Okay, so he has this cough that just won't go away. And I keep trying different herbs with him, and I keep trying different stuff, and nothing seems to really be helping. And so it's to the point where it's like you have one or two decisions. One, you can try to make his life as comfortable as possible, or two, it's time to let him go. And if you don't know, I'm an animal nut, okay? And the last dog I had that I had to make that choice with, it was a very difficult choice. And it took, okay, I can't even lie to y'all like that. I was about to say it took me a long time to get over it, but I still haven't gotten over it. I still feel guilt from it. And I can still see that dog that I had smiling at me. Even though she couldn't use the lower half of her body to the point where from dragging herself around the house, she had sores on her. Um, the only time during the end where she didn't smile was when I tried to use those wheels that you put the dogs in, but she's a big dog. So I put her in those wheels and she was so miserable, so miserable. And so it came to that choice where I had to put her down, and I still feel guilty over that. Even though logically I know that was the best decision for her. Even though I know I did everything that I was capable of doing, as far as what I could afford to do, as far as options I had, I did everything that I could do, and I know this, but I still feel guilty over it. And so now here it is. I'm in the situation again with this one, and yeah, I know logically, like he's coming to his end. I know this. And I know this is the dog that has got on my nerves so much over the past 15 years. I'm telling y'all. I have so many stories with this dog, okay? Me and this dog. My sister jokes and calls him Courage because he's a Cocker Spaniel, but I've always had him shaved because if he's not shaved, he walks around like he's just dying. Like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's so hot. So I try to keep him shaved. And so he doesn't look like a Cocker Spaniel. And my sister calls him Courage. And she's like, he's Courage, and that makes you Muriel. So, but anyway, that's how it is with him. And it's coming up to his time. And I know it is. And it's just really, I don't want to be responsible for it. I don't want him in pain. I don't want him to suffer. And right now, I know he's in pain. And right now, I know he's having a hard time because of the cough that he has. It makes him really uncomfortable. So I took him to the vet. Took him on up to the vet on Tuesday because I'm actually filming this on Tuesday, which is made me think to share this with you guys. But I took him to the vet, and so they gave me some pain pills for him, and they gave me something to try to help with the cough because they think maybe it's coming from a bacterial infection. So we're going to try that. And the vet is saying that if it doesn't work or doesn't help after about 2 weeks, then it's that time. And it's not one that I take lightly. It's not one that I'm happy to be the one who have to make that decision. Because y'all, I love animals, okay? I'm the animal nut, the one that you would see. Somebody says it's a bear outside. I'll be like, oh, where? What you got? You got some salmon or some fish or something I could give it? That would be me, trying to be out there like little Mrs. Doolittle, trying to make friends with whatever animal it is. Yes, that would be me. And so I don't like being in this position. But if you ask me, I think that because I don't believe in coincidences and because I don't believe things are they just are. I think everything happens for a reason. And I think one of the reasons I ended up with Sadie, my other dog, who's sitting right here, the reasons I ended up with her and why I have such a strong attachment to her is to help me with him. I never, I love and care for this dog, but I never connected to him the way I have my other dogs. And part of that is because he's always fighting with me on stuff. And he wasn't my dog. He wasn't here for me. Okay. He was here for my son. So I wasn't expecting it to hit me as hard as it is. I really wasn't. And it's hit me kind of hard. Yeah. I'm trying to hold it together just to do this video for y'all, but it is. It's hitting me kind of hard. But at the same token, I know, and the thing that I keep telling myself is if this was me, if I was in his shoes, I would want somebody to help me. I would want somebody to do something. And I can look at him in his face and I know he's tired. He's tired. He's had a happy life. He's had a very peaceful life outside of the stories I could tell you about me and this dog. About me and this dog, man. Woo! The fights, okay? Yes, I was fighting with this dog. So, and I'm trying to remember all of those and keep those in mind because really, in the end, that's what you take. And I know wherever he goes on the other side, it'll be a good place. And I know I will see him again when I get there. I know all of this, but to be in the moment and to have to make that decision it's not a nice decision. It's not a nice place to be. It's not. And I think sometimes we forget about that when it comes to other people. And I know people who don't love or have that um, connection, I guess, for lack of better words, but to have that connection with an animal. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cat. I was messed up when my cat died. Luckily, I didn't have to put her down. She went on her own. Actually, the day before I was going to take her to the vet is when she passed. And that even messed me up because that was my baby. And I really haven't wanted to get a cat since her. I mean, I've ended up with a couple, but I haven't wanted to get a cat since her because I want another cat like her. So I was like, if I can't have another cat like her, I don't want another cat. So we all end up in these situations, no matter what the animal is. And for those people who don't really have any feelings towards animals or just think that they're just these creatures that live on the earth with us, they don't understand that connection, that bond that you have with those pets. And especially if it's like a spiritual connection that you have with these animals, like me and Sadie, like I can't explain that connection with her. I haven't had I've had really strong connections with other dogs, but never anything like I have with her. Like I can't even explain it. Like she's my Coco, my Coco dog. If you don't know what I mean, go watch Disney's movie, animated movie Coco. He had a dog in there. Yeah, well, my Sadie, that's my Coco dog. Okay, that's my baby. Um, but it's just something special about that connection. And would I do it again? Yes. Yes, I will do it every single time. I will go through the torturous pain of losing an animal and even putting them down if I have to, because I feel the value that they add to my life is worth it. I feel the value that they add to life is worth it. It's a lot of things like right now I wouldn't do if it wasn't for Sadie. Like going for walks all the time, every day, especially in this heat. Oh, in the wintertime, in the cold, oh God, no. Okay, me in the cold, no. I be cold enough. I be cold enough all the time. So no, to be in the cold, in the freezing cold, below zero temperatures, yes, I've done that. I've been out there in below zero temperatures, fooling around with this dog. Okay, so I've seen things like in the night, up in the sky because of this dog. Like it's so many things that I've had because of this dog. And even with Freddie, even with the possibility that I might have to make that decision with him. Oh my God, the stories with him. The stories with him. I remember when I moved in, and then I'm going to end this video because it's getting kind of long. But I remember when we first moved into this place. Um, we were able to take our time to come in here, so we didn't have to get a moving truck or anything like that. We were just able to just move stuff. And when it came to the time where it was time that we were completely moved in, we left, I think, to go to a restaurant, sit down and get something to eat or something. I don't remember what it was, but me and the boys were walking out, and I was the last one to come out. And as one of the boys left out before me, Freddie decided he gonna leave and go out. So this is before we had Sadie. So he figured he leaving too. And I told him to come back. I said, Freddie, get your butt back on here. And he did one of these. And kept walking. I said, I know he did not. I said, get your little butt. And I grabbed his collar. That was all I did, was grab his collar. When I tell you this dog started screaming bloody murder. Arr! 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 I'm like, would you get in the house and start acting a fool? You gonna have all these new neighbors thinking I'm over here beating you. And all I did was grab his collar. And he screamed, Arr! 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 I'm like, just little, get in the house. So that really has been most of the relationship with this dog. But when I tell you, it's still a hard decision, and I'm still gonna miss him. But would I do it again? Yes, I would. I will rip that wound open over and over and over again because I cannot see living life without a pet. And I don't care if it's a dog, I don't care if it's a cat. When God does bless me with my land and I end up with farm animals, not to eat, but like rescue, I'm telling y'all, I will be the same way with each and every one of them. Each and every one of them, I will welcome them with open arms, and my heart will break and rip open in two every time one of them has to leave me. But anyway, that's enough for today. I just wanted to give acknowledgement to all the pet owners because it ain't always easy. It's not always easy being a pet owner. It's not always easy making those tough decisions, but it's ones that we have to do. And sometimes you just have to tell yourself the better stories. Sometimes you have to tell yourself why you went through all of it. And then most of all, you have to tell yourself that no matter what happens, they're always going to a better place than even here with you. As wonderful as life has made you make it, they're going on to someplace even better. Even better. And they're still around. You know, you'll still hear them around. They'll still visit. But anyway, like I said, that's it for today. I'm sorry this was so long, but like I said, I wanted to share that with you guys because it's kind of one of the things that I'm going through right now, and I wanted to share it with you because it feels good to share things like that with other people. So, but that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.